I am coming to you live from Pachamama, located in Calgary, Alberta. My guest is the incredible Eminate Rays, but I wanted to take a quick pander around this really cool vegan-only restaurant in the city. If you're in the mood for great vegan food, this is the place for you to check out. And now, Eminate Rays.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Joshua Penteleresco. My guest is the one and only amazing Eminate Rays. I will probably forget to call her this throughout the show.
All good. Sometimes I forget what to call myself too.
And that is a time to turn off our phones.
Yeah.
Because, again,
who needs that distraction? Let's be present.
That's right. Yeah, I actually secretly like to take walks where I completely disconnect from my phone. I had a weird sickness about 6-7 years ago, and I couldn't, technology just for some reason made it worse. So like I said, I know my dad's a naturopath, herbalist stuff, so what I did was I disconnected a lot of the technology I had then. And even now, it's weird because I'm a podcaster and a writer, so I'm always on the computer.
Yeah.
But I love it when I'm not.
It can be unhealthy, it can be slightly brainwashing in a way. There's proven actual physical negative health effects too, so sometimes when I'm going for a walk, if my phone's on airplane mode, I try and leave it behind too, because it's I feel like when I'm in nature, it's I don't want these signals and waves coming at me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, how are you today?
I am good. A little tired. It was the first busy day again in a while at Pachamama.
That's right.
Good tired though, happy tired.
Yes.
Feeling successful and satisfied,
And just for the record, folks, Pachamama has a great ramen. And I actually wish it was.
They do today. It changes every day, and that was my ramen. I'll take the props for that. But soup changes every day, but they're always incredible.
I actually wish it was a little spicier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe how many babies, or I was just say sensitive baby taste buds. People can't handle spice, so we have multiple hot sauces in here. If you ever need it spicier, you let us know.
Oh, okay.
But for the general public, I try and keep it mild because there's not a lot of people can handle it.
No, my dad's a naturopath. I dealt with all the spices.
Yeah.
So
no, I'm into the spice. I'm slowly destroying my stomach lining because I can't. I'm very addicted to hot sauce.
You're addicted to hot sauce?
I'm addicted to hot sauce. I have a hard time eating a meal without it.
Really?
Yeah.
Anything?
Anything. Like soup. I make my own garlic chili oil. Load that in soup. We have a cilantro lime jalapeno sauce in here. Load that in everything. Frank's hot sauce is my kryptonite.
See, I don't go with the traditional hot sauces. I prefer making my own.
Yeah.
Right? Because that stuff will kill you. But your own hot sauce is not so much.
The hot sauce I make, that garlic chili oil I'm talking about, that is lethal in its own sense. But
it can.
I think everything in moderation. Just in life, I don't moderate.
Yeah, well, it's so I have a book at home. It's called Garlic Honey Vinegar. It's an old cookbook. It's late 80s cookbook.
Wow.
Using honey, vinegar, and garlic as main ingredients for all these different recipes out there. Yes. If I remember to do this while I'm still here, when I come back here to do a poetry reading or something, if you are here,
I'll be here.
I'll let you borrow the book.
Yeah, please.
You'll be like, I love this book because the idea is garlic in particular is one of the most powerful medicines on the planet.
100%.
Right. Take apple and garlic, and I did this when I was in Arizona. You take a little clove of garlic, you take a little bit of an apple, and you eat it. You will kill practically everything inside.
Totally. Our family does for all of our ear infections, anything any kind of throat stuff, garlic, ginger, kind of honey drinks. I just overcame a 6-year garlic allergy. Yeah. My allergies are fluctuating, but I now overload on garlic because I wasn't able to eat it for 6 years.
Yeah.
And those seriously traumatic times. It's in everything. It's so, such a good medicine.
Yeah, I don't know you well enough to go there, but can I do the there?
The what?
There.
Yeah, what's that?
There.
Oh, yeah. I know, I'm okay now. I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm past those days.
No, it's for me, it was just growing up. So my dad would just make all these concoctions. So I get to try. So I got to do it before it was palatable from him, and just after he figured out how to make some of this stuff palatable.
Yeah.
But I'll never forget in my life. So we were in Phoenix. This was the last time I lived with him. He goes, "Josh, try this." It's like, okay, I've been doing this my whole life. He goes, don't worry, it's got apples in it.
Yeah.
No, there was apples, but she couldn't taste it. So he did it again. He tried it again. It's got apples in it.
Like making his own medicines, you mean?
Oh yeah, totally. You saw me take a little drop earlier. That's a colloidal copper.
Colloidal coppers?
Yeah, colloidal copper. It's
Silver. Colloidal silver.
No, not silver. Copper.
Yeah.
So copper's got like again, small doses. It's immune enhancer. It's an intelligence enhancer too. It can be.
Cool.
Yeah. So again, tiny doses.
Yeah.
It also has the ability to turn your hair into different colors.
Really?
Yeah, it does.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I know it's good to drink out of like copper cups and whatnot.
No, that's similar It's exactly similar concept, except I'm just ingesting it internally as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So, okay, so let's talk about your store, I guess, first. Since we're kind of talking house stuff
For sure.
So, was this your parents' idea? Was this your idea? Was it like, whose plan was it to take over the world this way?
I'd have to give props to my mom. She's the OG Pachamama. We were gonna start off with a food truck, and it was her idea 2 years ago. She owned a painting company. She was just tired of all the physical labor. We love hosting, love having people over, and close to 10 years ago, it's like 8 years ago now, we decided as a family we switched over to like plant-based diet. It was a slower transition for some of us, but now it's like, you know, like all or nothing. It's like I live by it, I swear by it. It's like, it's my thing. So between that, the veganism, just the passion for it, and wanting to share that with the world, wanting to create a space where people can come and just like be and hang out and like, you know, just feel at home. So yeah, the food truck was one thing, and then we were like, I don't know if we can all like get along working in like a little box of a kitchen. Like we might like rip each other's heads off, and just with like having to move every day, you know, it's like a little harder. So it was beginning of COVID that hit, and we were starting to look for a space, and we found this amazing spot. We're about to sign the lease, and like 12 hours later, like the world shut down, all the lockdowns hit. We're like, thank God. So that was like, you know, like 2 years ago now, and then yeah, we waited a year. This place wasn't getting filled up. Like, it was just sitting vacant.
Oh, yeah.
So we were just, like, hoping. And then it was still... So, yeah, it was like... We've been open for a year and a half now. So it was a year and a half ago. We were like, okay, if we don't do this, somebody else is going to, like, beat us to it. There's no other... We are now the only, like, plant-based cafe lounge in the south of Calgary. We didn't want to miss that opportunity. So we were just like, let's do it. And now that we are open, it's like... She is still... You know, she was the brains behind it, but... We've all brought in our like flavors and essence to it. So me and my mom and sister are co-owner. My sister is like the presentation master. She makes everything look beautiful. She's a clean freak. We're all good at keeping it clean. My sister's like
the machine.
She's the machine. I was the maniac with like the taxes and the finances. I was kind of losing my mind for a bit, but I got control now. I was at the beginning. I was taking on a lot.
I almost want to give you another there because taxes are scary.
They are scary, but I've enjoyed learning them. We have a bookkeeper, amazing bookkeeper. At the same time, I do all the payroll. I do most of like the staff training. I do kind of like all the behind the scenes stuff. I just feel like I enjoy learning it. Not always, but
it's good to understand how the game is played.
Totally.
How the game
and you know, it's like my sister doesn't want to do it. My mom, it's not her jam. So it's like I'm kind of the odd one out, and so I'm just making myself enjoy it.
But it's also useful too. Like we haven't talked to you about your like musical side of things yet. But when you go like again, I'm learning how to game the system. Now I'm going to be doing it slightly differently than you because I'm dual citizen.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be doing an LLC in the United States because I can get away with more shit down there. I'm not gonna lie, right? But I can get away with more.
A little less sensitivity sometimes with like the general population.
Well, no, it's just well, it depends where you go.
Yeah,
there.
of course.
What it comes down to there is they are a lot more. The loopholes here, I truly do believe this. I think the worst thing about a business in Canada is the system you have to play by.
Yeah.
It's not
user friendly.
and it should be, because here's the thing, like someone like you, all right, you're a small business. Small businesses are the backbone of any economy.
Totally.
Any economy. So it behooves any economy sensibly. I'm not saying necessarily give everybody a complete break. At the same time, though, if you're going to have an income tax system, okay, how can you walk away relatively unscathed? I feel like with the way the Canadian system is designed, it's not. Now, again, I'm not saying the American system is perfect either, but there's a lot more places you can play, right? Whereas here, there are, even compared province to province, like Alberta doesn't give us much break. The fact that you have a property and you pay lease and everything. There's, right, in Ontario, there's a little bit more of a break there, or there was. I should say there was. I can't say for sure that's the case anymore, but there was. So, again, it's these little things that add up, because if you make it easier for your small businesses to thrive, they'll grow. Yeah. Right?
And the community will flourish, the city will flourish, like,
exactly. And that's the thing, like, it has always been the case for as long as like, a system like this has worked. It's your middle class that makes the whole engine work. And if there is no middle class, what happens is there's a stagnation. Now, again, in this regard, the United States is no different from Canada. The middle class has eroded tremendously. But, pardon me, the thing is, there's a lot more opportunity, right, to play the game. And a lot of people are like, will listen to me and go, well, what do you mean by that? It's like, well, again, there are system by design that you cheat a little bit. Right? It's understanding how to do it. Right? And again, it's useful for you here, but say you become a world famous badass rapper, which I'm sure was just right?
But aiming for something similar for sure.
Right? Let's say you do that, right? Will you be here? Probably not.
Probably not.
No.
You know, I'll always loop back around.
Sure.
I don't know if we're all going to be here soon. It's like my mom was really not into winter this year, and my step-siblings are graduating a couple of years, and Calgary is like home for now, but and it has a forever essence of home, but I don't know where I'll be, and it's exciting. I have no plan right now. I have desires and like dreams, but no plan, and I like it that way.
It's okay. Nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. I have a master plan, and I'm doing it because I should ask this. How old are you?
How old is it?
Is there an answer I can do that doesn't get me punched?
I always do a range when I guess. I'm 27 in like 3 weeks.
Okay, I can believe that.
Yeah.
I totally believe that. Right?
I guess about a month now. What day is it? Yeah, like 1 month.
Okay.
May 18th.
Okay. Yeah, because you actually look younger.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
But no, I'm sure there are days you're really stressed out.
Oh, there's days where I'm like, am I like nearing my 70s there's
no.
times where I'm not getting ID'd anymore, but there's times where I'm like, are you 12? Like.
No, I mean, like I said, I saw you. It's just like, no, the adult woman there definitely.
Cool.
Right. But the thing is, how do I put this? It's weird because I'm leaving Calgary sooner than later because for me. It's weird. Like I became a freelancer during the pandemic.
Yeah.
So the first year when you do this, you're like, please don't fuck this up.
Yeah.
The second year you do this, so I had a turning point, and the turning point for me was, so I was doing temp work here and there while I was trying to freelance, and then so I can't say every situation was I didn't deserve to be fired. There was a few I definitely did, but the last one, no. It was weird. It was weird because I went for a couple days, did everything I was asked to do, and I was fired. Yeah. Shrug. I don't know what happened. But I go home, I sit and think about it, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to make this work. And what ended, like that week in particular, was probably my most lucrative week ever as a freelancer. Now, ever.
Most what week?
Lucrative.
Okay, yeah.
I made, that week, I got like, the cool thing about freelancing is sometimes you get a whole bunch of checks at once.
Oh, yeah.
Right, so I got like 6 checks that week. I made something like $1,400.
Amazing.
Right?
It's like, this could work out.
No, it totally can. Now, again, the downside to freelancing is you don't always know when your next check is coming, right? So, but what I've noticed, this is gonna sound incredibly weird. The more confident I've become, the more money I make.
I don't think it sounds weird. I'm a firm believer in manifestation, and if you want it, you got it. It's like most things in life, money is fluid, and sometimes when you focus on the lack of something, you're gonna get more of a lack. When you focus on what could be or like what is, it's like, what do you want to grow? Focus on that, and it will grow. Like when you're focusing on the deprivation or, like just the lack of something, you're gonna create more of it. So it's like if you're confident, yeah, you're probably gonna get it.
Well, here's the thing, right?
Or be disappointed a couple times, but.
No, because even in so listen, I am totally like whether I ask someone out on a date or whether I go to get published.
Yeah.
I'm totally in the business of being rejected. It's just the way I'm not saying I don't say that like in a. It's just that's like you always take that risk. If I put a book, hey, I pitch to a magazine, hey, I have a great idea. I will get sometimes nothing.
Yeah.
I'll get fuck you, no. Sometimes that's very nice, but no.
Yeah.
Right? You'll get various forms of no.
That's what you hear about the writing world too, though. It's like you are going to probably get many rejections before you get a success.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, I've gotten a lot of yeses too.
Yeah.
So it goes both ways. What happens is it's like so for money. What I worry about, I don't worry about money. I worry about time. There's a difference. When people chase money, okay, so you know this because you do taxes.
Yeah.
Money is debt. That's what money essentially is, right? So people chase money. What they're really chasing is debt.
Yeah.
I'm chasing.
So if you make more, you're probably gonna have more debt. It's like you're gonna spend more typically. Anyways.
Yeah.
I sure would. I sure do.
But I chase time.
Yeah.
Because to me, that's your only real currency. Because
it's their most valuable asset. Wise women once told me.
Yeah. Well, you can't go backwards, right? You can't go backwards. You can only go forwards. So, I'm 41. Mm-hmm. So I'm officially hit middle aged and crazy. So, but the thing about it is, right? But the thing about that is, I don't have time and I don't wait anymore.
Yeah.
Right. I just go ask. Hey, do you want to do something? Yeah. Cool. Okay. When?
Yeah.
Because at this point, if you say yes, I'm assuming you want to do this.
Yeah.
You're on the hook for it.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
Right? And if not, I'm just gonna walk away because it's not worth. If someone
beating around the bush and the next funny term for pussyfooting it, it's like just get in there.
Okay, I gotta ask, where are you guys actually from? You can't be from here originally.
I was born in Saskatchewan. I grew up in Bonnyville, Alberta, a little oil field town, 6.5 hours northeast here. I moved here when I was 17. It's been 10 years almost now. So yeah.
Yeah, there's no way you were from
I'm a small
here.
town girl.
No. There was when we were talking online, just some of the ways you put things like you cannot be from here.
Yeah.
You can't be.
No.
Right, and I think that's no. And it's,
I guess.
Well, it's just your wordplay is different, and also I just get the feeling you're not gonna bullshit me very much, right? Whereas some people here will be polite about it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't really want to waste my time.
Yeah.
Right. So, and that's it. So I chase time because I want to do all the crazy things I want to do as long as I possibly can do it.
Yeah.
Right. Because that's life. Like life will one day. Fun story. When I was a kid, I remember this. So there was a beach, and it was the Pinery. And I remember this. And my parents were together. So I still remember this to this day. If my sister goes into the water, the wave knocks her on her ass.
Yeah.
She gets out of the pool.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm trying to be like my dad. So my dad's jumping over waves, doing like dolphin dives inside, right? So I still remember this. I still remember this thing. I remember this one big, giant looking wave. Now, granted you, I'm 7. So I mean, it probably was a really tiny wave, but it was big to me.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm not going to do that. But then it's like, if you don't do this, you're never gonna know.
Yeah.
and that has been pretty much my life's philosophy the whole way. And the thing about you, whatever goals you have, it's okay not to have a plan.
Yeah.
But if I can be old and wise and shit, right? I will say this. It's right because again, you don't necessarily need a full-fledged concrete plan. I'm going to do this.
You need an outline.
You need an outline for sure.
Yeah,
I like a vision of what you want to be, right?
Definitely. And that's being built through trial and error and experimenting. I learn a lot from what I don't want. I've noticed through life, through relationships, like seeing growing up, seeing parents' relationships, just observing the world. And I'm trying not to base it off comparisons. There's another word, like contrast. I listen to a lot of Abraham Hicks, this amazing prophet, wise being, and Yeah, so like without contrast, how can you differentiate like your desires and what you do not desire, you know? And it's so yeah, I don't have a concrete plan. It's just because I have so many things I'd love to do, and I've said recently, it's like I have so many passions. I don't know which one to streamline and narrow my focus on. It's like I really want to have like a dancing career. I'll be able to travel while dancing. At least getting to go to events for free. I love like freestyle, weird, hip hoppy, tweaky, strange, unpredictable, freaky dancing. I love performing. I love writing, rapping, poetry. I'm getting big into karate. But there's only so much time in my life, and I'm always wanting to dabble and play too, and just like have fun. And so, trying to find out like what calls to me most, and still like dipping my toes in everything. But I feel like with a proper intention and keeping my focus on the horizons, like it will start to build itself. Yeah.
Well, there's truth in that.
Yeah, but I've never been like I was just in a relationship and the ex was like a big 5-year plan kind of person, 10-year plan. I was always like, what? I don't know what day tomorrow is.
But again, you don't always need, like I said, that long.
Yeah.
Plan. But a vision is really good.
Totally, I'm seeing that.
Yeah.
Like, at least like day to day. Like I'd love to have a day set for like I just spoke to somebody recently too, like self-care, a day for volunteering of sorts, whether that be for like minuscule, like masculine, like big or small, whatever. Just have like days kind of with an outline of like what I want to focus on. So like a writing day, like that kind of plan. At least start there.
Okay.
Start somewhere, day by day.
So I have 10 rules of success. Do you want to hear them?
Sure.
First rule: show up.
Yeah.
I
That's
always
a big
think,
one.
I always feel it's the dumb one, right? But honestly, the older I get, the more I realize. Second one, I'm gonna do the non-PG version. Do your shit.
Yeah.
3, the only cliche on the list: don't quit.
Yeah.
It's true. 4, the rest is rain. So here's the thing: paradox of success is you can do everything absolutely correct and still fail.
Yeah, of course.
Consequently, if you don't do these correct steps, you will always fail.
Yeah, and you'll never know.
Yeah, the paradox.
It's like you didn't jump into that wave.
Yeah. Rule 5: get out of your fucking way.
Get out of your way.
Get out of your own. So.
Oh, I love this.
Yeah. So.
I need to write these down for me.
Yeah. So this podcast was nominated for an award back in 2018. Actually won the award. And when I was when I first rolled out of imposter syndrome, and then I just had this real like clarity moment. Okay, how did I get here? What did I do so well that I can absolutely 100% be back here again? And what do I suck at? Because the honest truth of the matter is, sometimes you can't avoid your weaknesses, but you can minimize them. Again, it's that honest assessment. And when you have an honest assessment of yourself, because people fear both success and failure. Fear of failure is a fear that nothing you do will matter, nothing will change.
Yeah.
Fear of success is the opposite. When you succeed, your life will change to what or where. Either way, it's fear of change.
Yeah.
Right? So what you got to do is be very honest with yourself so you can stop the roadblocks in your head from getting in your own way. Rule 6, be grateful, be charitable. Rule 7, no excuses. Rule 8, stay uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Rule 9, this one was from the pandemic, detach from all outcomes. So we have one of the biggest obstacles we have as people is I can sell you on an idea, right? And if you buy into the idea, it is almost impossible for me to change your mind because you've committed to the idea. If I attack your idea, right, you will feel like it's an attack on you. Consequently, if I detach from the outcome, let's say for example, okay, me and you, if we want to do a nutrition discussion,
Yeah.
we could go down both the pros and cons of veganism. Now, that all said, if I do that, now you're big into it, right? But if you're so big into it that, right, that I say something negative, you'd be like, right? And it's now an attack, whereas not necessarily an attack on you personally.
Totally.
Right? Vice versa, right? All right, I have my own set diet concept, right? You can do the same thing. It's like, hey, have you considered this?
Yeah.
Now, if I'm so committed to this, you'd be like, how dare you, right? Now, at the same token, now I'm detached from the outcome, and you're detached from the outcome. Me and you can have an intelligent conversation. We could still end up completely disagreeing.
Yeah.
However, difference would be we'd understand each other.
Yeah, we're not getting so easily offended or like, allowing or trying to like manipulate that person's mindset. It's just like common ground coming together. I love that. So like just quick touch on that. It's like sometimes I say, and this isn't fully true, but like I don't believe in anything, but I also believe in everything. So it's like, say, topics of religion or any kind of like really like high-heated, debatable stuff that people discuss. I am so open to hearing everybody's opinion, and I typically, unless they are asking me, won't give much input. Like, I'll try and be respectful and navigate the waves, but honestly, I don't have to try too hard because I feel like I have respect for what everybody believes and what they feel, and it goes with everything. And come at me with the concept of veganism because I ate meat my whole life up until then, and I know without proper education and time and like awareness and commitment, it can be dangerous for some people. And there's negative sides of everything. It's like it's like I do my best to put like my best foot forward with approaching like not conflict but just like discussion, communication. It's like I like to have like non-violent communication means a lot of things. It's just not being violent with like the way you show up. It's like
no, like I said, there's there's an idea, right? You sound like almost like the eternal agnostic.
Me?
Yeah. So a Gnostic doesn't necessarily have a belief one way or the other, but they're open to the possibility.
Yeah.
Now, my background, I'm closer to a classic Christian. However, I've interviewed hundreds of people all over the spectrum.
Yeah. I have my beliefs. I just I'm open.
Yeah. Well. Okay. So we have to go deeper in this at some saying that we'll get to Rule 10 first because it goes back to your own thing. But Rule 10. This actually applies maybe to you all your passions.
Yeah.
When in doubt, pick the path that's
most fun. Yeah.
Because so listen, when you have let's say for sake of argument, you want to be this world-class dancer. And by the way, folks, you should actually so when I approached her for the interview, I had no idea what I was walking into. And well, no, so I went to her. You're pretty amazing. You want to do an interview? She's like, sure. So I look up her Instagram profile and I see her just doing handstands, cartwheels. I'm like, so you can definitely dance. Definitely better than me for sure. And well, hey, you work at it. You're working at it, right? You can rap. Although you definitely should have music somewhere people can see it.
I know. I don't have my own studio and I'm technologically very slow. So for me, my rapping creations require a partner and a collaboration because I do not care to ever learn how to produce. That is something I will not be doing. There's so much other things in the world. So, music producers, and come at me. With some cool beats.
Yeah.
I'm working on it. Let me some stuff in the making right away here.
But here's the thing. You got lots passions, right?
Yeah.
And you're not sure which way to go.
Yeah.
So it's a really simple thing. You close your eyes, you ask yourself this question. Will I have more fun doing this, and the thing that actually feels the biggest, strongest thing, you do that first. And if it doesn't work out, you shrug. You move to the next thing. And shrug, you do the next thing. And somewhere along that way, that passion will come alive. And you'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's already kind of come into my head. I was thinking like maybe I couldn't choose, but I think you already have maybe helped initiate an answer in my little brain here.
Yeah, well that's
my big old brain.
Well, not that little. Don't underestimate yourself.
Not a big head.
Well, no. It's
I do those roles though. I'm not trying to praise you or make you feel good. Those are some beautiful things to live by.
I've learned them the hard way.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah, I learned them the hard way.
There's some humor in them.
Well, sure, there absolutely. Absolutely. I've had my ass kicked royally in this pursuing my stuff, right? But I've also learned, and you learn. If you do pursue art in any way, you have to learn. Well, again, you're a businesswoman, you know this. You have to learn how to be tough.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah.
You gotta have muscles on your muscles. So.
Yeah.
Big thing.
It's gotta be a switch, You gotta be able to be soft again, but you gotta be able to get a hard shell on for a minute.
You have to, because again.
Sometimes it goes a little too one way or the other. I was getting a bit too hard.
I
was turning into a big old bitch, to put it lightly. But
okay. Why? Were you stressed out?
I was stressed out. Working with your family is one thing. It's given me so much appreciation and gratitude and understanding for them. But at the beginning, we were warned. Like, it's hard to work with your family. I'm also still living with them. I'm saving up to buy a house. We'll see how the market goes the next, like, year and a bit. But I currently reside with my family, and I work 5 to 7 days a week with them. I also party with them and to travel with them. So, although they're my best friends, you can't not get...
You can't not get cranky. You need a little space.
Yeah.
You don't have that little space, it's yours.
Yeah. And I actually got really angry during COVID too, feeling like helpless and confused. I feel like a lot of the world did, and I felt angrier than I ever had. Just relationships as well. Like,
it was my second apocalypse.
Yeah, second.
My first one was much more personal.
Yeah.
That's why the DTD here are fake. So I ended up working for, no names mentioned because this is on the air.
Yeah.
An author I grew up admiring. And long story short, it didn't end very well, and it put me in a very odd position. And that year afterwards was one of the most brutal of my life. Mm. And at the very end of it, there was a moment there I could have like not come back from it.
Yeah.
It, like I said, it forces you to look at your mortality in a way that's very humble. You don't. One of the reasons time's so important to me is that experience in my life, is I realize the next time I'm back there, one of two things is going to happen. I'm either going to wrestle with death, or I'm going to skip right into one or the other. Right?
Yeah.
I haven't decided which way that's going to go yet.
Yeah.
But I was there, and it was an interesting moment in my life because I had a choice. I could have actually kept going, or I could have stopped. Right? And I, again, once you come face to face with your mortality, I'm not saying death doesn't scare you, but it doesn't hit you the same way. So when COVID happened, it didn't. My COVID test was right at the very beginning.
Yeah.
So I was in Vancouver when COVID hit, and I was going to get into the movie industry. Right, with everything that happened, right? But that was my plan. I was going to quit my job, get into the movie industry. And one of my last days on the job, I was coming home, and I met a guy. Again, there's a lot of homeless people in Vancouver that work full time, right? And
that work full time.
Oh yeah, no.
Well, it's so expensive to live there. It's like might as well just.
No. That's the thing, right? Yeah. That's where it is there in some ways, right? So anyway, this dude's coming to me and says, "Hey, you got to pencil up on a drop because I'm on my way to work and I'm coming home." And every night's like an adventure because you don't know what's still open, what's like everything has gone off the rails. And I get home and I'm like, no. It's like, oh man, cool. So he holds out his fist like this, and for a minute I hesitate. It's like, oh, this is so fucking cruel. Because cruel because right up until like when the world started shutting down, I remember this. No one took it seriously at all. And then suddenly the world started shutting down, and everybody was like mass panic. I've never seen downtown Vancouver so empty in my life. And I was like, this is the really cruel thing. We're afraid to touch each other. And I made a decision right then and there. I'm not going to be cruel during this. And I gave him a fist bump. I didn't care. It's like, you know what? Honestly, I'm going to work every day. I'm taking the risk. If something happens to me, it happened.
I'm sure the fist bump won't kill you.
Yeah, pretty. But again, there are some people that would not have done that answer.
Of course.
Right,
of course it was.
Right. So it was, again, so it didn't, that was my big moment. And everything else was like, just do my thing, get used to working for myself.
Yeah.
Which was, again, first year sucked balls because I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
Yeah.
But afterwards, you grow and how do I put this? You evolve. Mm-hmm. And like I said, so I was never scared of the virus. I was never rattled by walking people. And even when I was working temporarily, I was around people all the time. So it never felt like I was really in danger. Now, some people will look at me like I'm crazy saying that. But I accepted what was in my control. All I could do was get up and face the day.
Yeah.
The rest, I lived with.
Yeah. It's a good way to go about it. There's only so many factors we can control, and you gotta realize what is out of your control and how you just have to ride the waves and go with the flow and make it enjoyable, as enjoyable as you can.
Yeah.
Maybe laugh a little bit at it because I've really found humor in the past little while. I I came out of my shell the past couple of years, and I'm finding myself laughing at myself like 10 times a day, just like almost in tears. It's great. It feels awesome. It's the stupidest little things, but it's like you can crack yourself up like that, or just like take humor and like I say like humor helps like heal heartache, but you know, it's like sometimes the world's heavy. It's heavy on the shoulders, heavy on the heart, it's heavy on the mind. If you can like laugh it off a little bit, fuck yeah.
Laughter's rebellion.
Yeah.
Laughter is ultimately rebellion. If you can look your mortality in the eye and you can smile, you're all right.
Yeah, 100%.
You're all right. Might be a little brain damage, but that's okay. Right.
One of the, like, speaking of being a writer, just a play on words that I made, one of my, like, more favorite quotes that I've made is impermanence is encapsulated in mortality. Just, like, our, you know, like, our inherent, like, to me, in my beliefs, energy never dies.
No.
Energy's never born. It's, like, energy's consistent. It's scientific as well. But it's, like, we are energy, and it's, like, we have something in us that is you know, it's, impermanent, it's eternal, and therefore, yeah, we are wrapped in these mortal, lovely suits that we get to have fun with. But
we too are stardust.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, we too are stardust.
Yeah.
No, I get that. I totally get that. So, okay, now this was the business end. Where did the art end start?
The dancing started when I was like, I think 5 or 6 in Bonnyville, Alberta. I was in dance school for like 6-7 years there. I used to get mad performance like anxiety. There's a couple times during the recitals, practice all year long. I was in my cute little outfits. My mom put on my makeup for an hour. She was sweating up in the dressing room, and I'd get on stage, lights get on me, like crowd full of people, and everything I learned the past year would be gone in my head. I was down there, frozen, like about to puke. Like then after we start the music, and I'll never forget that fear. And now, since then, I'm a very avid festival goer. I have blown every penny I've ever earned. I have nothing to show for all the work I've done except a bank full of experiences. I've had the best times. I've traveled the world to go to festivals, and I found dancing there was unlike anything else. Like, you know, people talk about flow state. And I've entered flow state with a couple of different things, but there's certain music that hits with certain proper sound systems in the right settings, and I'm not thinking. I forget where I am. I'm not moving myself. Like, I have just found like such unfathomable ways to like move my body and to engage with people. It's like dancing is a universal language, and I have found my ecstasy, my bliss through that. So I was like, okay, for one, these festivals are very expensive. They're very expensive, and I want to keep going to them. And I was like, I'm tired of, you know, spectating's fun. It's fun. You participate and perform and engage in the crowd, but I love performing. I love being weird on stage, and if I can inspire somebody to step out of their shell and like, you know, like maybe like, you know, just find themselves a little more, like express themselves a little more. If I can do that, that is incredible. And yeah, so I've been booked a couple times. I've been booked a couple like Alberta local festivals. I just got a big booking this past summer at Electric Love Festival in BC. Applied to Shonda a couple times. I'm always too damn late with my application. But I'm working with some music producers around the city, filming like music videos and whatnot. So that is just like, it's a means of traveling for free or cheap, because I love traveling as well, and just I feel good doing it. I feel great doing it. So that's like why it's so important to me. And then the writing as well. The writing started, so it's also with the festival scene. The festival scene has inspired my art in general. I have to give it props for that. But I used to DJ a little bit, and my sister's a big DJ now, but like 10 years ago when I was starting, I didn't have a good like music selection. I was like, you know what? I don't want to be producing music, so I don't want to be playing, like, trying to find all of these other music to play other people's music. I just wasn't ready at the time, and I was like, how do I engage in this music scene without the computer and stuff? And I was like, you know, I'm pretty good with words. I'm not too bad with words. So I started to just like listen to music, like just instrumentals that would inspire me and stuff, and put my pen to paper, and sometimes it was bunk, and sometimes it was pure magic that came out. And then I kind of started to find my voice a bit more. I'm still working on the voice tuning, the voice toning. I've taken some voice lessons. I just practice like singing all forms of music. But yeah, and then once I started like performing and like realizing what I can do with my voice, then it just became like a whole trifecta of epicness. And yeah, I just want to see where that goes. I need a lot more time and energy put into that. And with your earlier comment about if I close my eyes, I think right now it would be the writing and rapping more so than anything, because it's like, to me, that's like using my truest like power. It's like I was a big reader growing up. I love language. I love words. I love like finding new words. I love playing with it. I love making them rhyme. I love when they don't rhyme. I love like the feeling you can create by writing. So if there's anything right now, I think thank you for helping me with that. I think if I'm narrowing my focus, it has to be on that for now, for sure.
Okay. So then would you like another big piece of advice?
For sure.
Okay.
Give it to me.
So I've hit an interesting point in my life, and again, going back to that confidence thing, right? I know who I am. I mentioned this to that couple in there. I don't know what your relationship with them was.
Step-grandparents.
Step-grandparents, right? They're looking at me, giving me like this halfway evil eye. It's like, who is this guy?
They're very, they're beautiful. They just like to think, they take everything with a grain of salt, you know?
Oh, no. I get it. There's just a little part of me when I was getting read by them. Who's the punk?
Oh, I feel that by them all the time. I've known them for years. I'm like, I'm starting to weasel my way in there.
No, but the thing about it was, I mentioned what I said earlier. I do two things really well. I tell stories, and the stories I care about right now are overcoming fear.
Yeah.
I did. Doing an Alice in Wonderland Greek mythology mashup.
Wow.
Yeah. Right.
Sick.
So and the book too is Alice facing her shadow, like the little psychological one, but also her literal shadow, which also happens to be a Cheshire cat.
Yeah.
Right.
Sick.
Yeah. Right. So overcoming fear, because I care about that, because especially since I've been back here, a lot of people are caught up in their fears still. I mean, right? The trauma of the pandemic has not expired for a lot of people completely.
Yeah.
And so overcoming fear seems to be very important. I care about that. So another close your eyes thing at some point down the road. And the reason why I say close your eyes, no distractions.
Yes.
Right? What is it that you love and care about that you must speak to the world? And that you don't have to answer that.
Oh,
That's not an answer for here. What it is your own personal answer, because there's stuff that makes you angry. A lot of poets go there first. The thing about anger is very seductive.
Yeah.
Right? But it also, much like a fire, there are things that anger cannot overcome. And when you come face to face with those things, the fire comes out.
Yeah.
But the things you love, the things you truly care about, not just make you angry, but make you joyful, make you laugh.
Passion,
not just passion, even the thing.
What what brings you the fire that is inside of you that that doesn't burn out? Like what's that?
Yeah, and again, you gotta move. Again, that's this thing. Like when I watch the open mics here, some of them I met Camille at the People's Poetry Festival. Her nickname, by the way, nicknamed her Gangster. Just because it was funny. But I also, she told me what she wanted to do with herself. It's like, okay, I'm just going to call you Gangster from now on. That's cool. But there were a lot of poems I've been listening to that are inspired by anger. And while there is definitely a lot in the world to be pissed off about, I'm not saying there isn't, there comes a point where anger breaks. Passion, though, doesn't break, right? What do you love? What do you believe? What do you take seriously? Because those are the things that you will find your audience with.
For sure, man. To get a little cheesy saucy here, it's like, even though I can be angry and we're all going through our own stuff. I'm going through my own things the past year and a bit. I've been in a slightly bit of a darker dips of the roller coaster the past little bit, but in my mind, in my opinion, it's another quote too that I heard: love is the greatest weapon and shield in the world. And to me, it's the purpose. It's our purpose. It's why we are here. This is a playground world. There's a lot else it is, and what we need to realize or attain while we're here. But it's a playground, and I want to have fun, and I want to give and receive love in all of its forms. And I think love is it's a mindset. It's a way of life. It's beyond relationships. It's do you love yourself? I've realized lately, loving myself is. Well, it's a lot more than a lot of people think it is, and it's I'm not fully there yet, and I'm excited to embark on that journey, and I'm taking baby steps to be there, to actually find out what loving myself is. What does love mean? What does love mean when I can give it to somebody else properly? and just in general, it's like we are here to give and receive love, and that's my opinion, and I stick to it.
Sure.
So, and it is unbreakable. It's like, we're gonna get hurt, we're gonna get stomped on, but like love is, it is everything.
Well, you're gonna get hurt no matter what.
You're gonna get hurt.
Yes.
Bittersweet, painful pleasure. It's all together.
Okay. but at the same time, so when I was going through that year of hell,
Yeah.
so I came face to face with my own dark side, and I realized that sometimes we're not the heroes of our own story. Sometimes we're the villain.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's useful. If you ever have kids someday, being the villain is actually going to be very important.
Yeah.
Right? Because remember, a kid's objective is to take over the house.
Yeah.
Your objective is to delay it until they're actually ready to do it. Right? That's your objective. Right? So sometimes you have to be the villain. I'm sure your mom was that way to you too. Sometimes she was the villain. Now that you're older / wise, wiser with a question mark, but it's older / wiser, she lets you do your thing. But there was probably times, right? But going back to that whole villain comment, the way you have to be honest about what's there, the good, the bad, the ugly, and when you are honest about it, you can accept it, and when you accept it, that's when, again, you never suppress it, you control it.
Yeah.
Because those dark parts of you also link to some of the best parts of you.
100%. For sure. And it's like you need to see the shadows, like the darkness, to understand the light. And it's like a little quote here: the cracks where the light shines through. But like these cracks that I'm having, and like some of them, I haven't been able to cry for a while. And just this past weekend, I was in BC with my friends, and I cried for like a day and a half straight. And it felt so awesome. And through that, I was crying out of like pure sadness for myself and the things I put myself through recently, but it came with like a total relief and a boost, and it's something that actually stuck. It's like, it's like something needs to be shaken up and like hurting to like know where we're going and like know what's good. And I don't know. I welcome the darkness, and I'm just trying to level it out a little bit because I don't want to.
Welcome the darkness. Maybe it's more like how to put this. Welcome. More like embrace that it's there.
Yeah.
Embrace that it's there.
I don't need you in my house every day, but like you're here, and I'm gonna learn to work with you and dance with you, and make it not so heavy.
When you can look in the mirror and honestly say, I love what I see.
Yeah. But I want that to be also, because there's times when I look in the mirror and I do love what I see, but sometimes I gotta look beyond that reflection and like actually into the baby Emily eyeballs, and like, do I love what's in there? So I typically do, but sometimes you don't act like it. Like I don't treat myself like it.
Well, okay, so it's like that stepping out of the shower moment. You step out of the shower and you look in the mirror, you're like, what the fuck? You see all these little flaws, right, on the inside. It's like, how do I have this, right? Or maybe look at my belly, or look at my ass, or look at whatever the hell it is. You feel like
I'm a hairy Romanian. Oh my god.
Yes, but I got hair in places I didn't know there were places for. Whatever the case may be, right? But it's all. But I mean, there's a beauty. There's a beauty in imperfection. Like we're talking. I mentioned. We'll go one of my favorite little things. My favorite parables. So you've seen iodized salt. Have you ever seen iodized salt in the microscope?
I think so.
So you look at iodized salt in the microscope. It's perfect. It's legitimately they're perfect crystals.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at sea salt under a microscope, you see these little flecks, these imperfections, these little shapes. Yeah. Now, sea salt's healthy for you.
Yeah.
And the reason why is those imperfections.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, the iodized is too what would you call it? Adulterated with, like.
Well, but it's the fact that it's so perfect. That right? Your body doesn't process it the same way. Whereas you look at sea salt, it goes straight into the body. Your flaws, the hair in places you didn't know you had hair in, for example, right? Contribute to the fact that you are you. Like not just your personality, your looks, right? You're a pretty woman. That's just that will always be true probably until the day you die.
Thank you.
Right? right? So that's just the way it is. Now, you're not always going to see that pretty woman when you look in the mirror. You're going to be like, I don't feel pretty right now.
Then I laugh.
Yes.
I try. I try.
Right? You try to laugh about it.
Oh, whoa.
It's like, okay, I don't feel it right now. Or you can do what my sister does when she screws up, right? She'll just look and she goes, I'm pretty when she really screws up. Things like that, right? But I mean, it's one of those things where, like, again, we're not meant to look perfect.
Yeah.
That doesn't, perfection is an image that doesn't really exist no matter how you look at it, right? It doesn't exist. I actually, again, as I've gotten older/wiser, we'll leave wiser to wiser people. Someone more adult than me.
Yeah.
Okay. Because again, there's all these, we all have things we struggle with. But the thing is, I'm always changing. And that's the beautiful thing about being imperfect, is that you will not be the same person today you were yesterday, or the previous day before. You will constantly grow, and that is a much more interesting point to me. Eminate Rays, the artist, where will she be in 5 years? Maybe she will be on a stage performing in front of her crowd. Now that crowd might be a couple hundred people. It might be a couple thousand. Who knows? Anything is possible. Again, no roadblocks here.
Mm-hmm.
No roadblocks here.
Yeah.
And you never know.
Yeah.
Right? You never know. And that's an amazing possibility. Another possibility is you might be somebody I see. Maybe instead of being on stage performing your own stuff, maybe you decide 5 years from now, I'm just going to be a dancer, and you're going to be one of those dancers that people see and get mesmerized by.
Yeah.
Right? That's a possibility too. Another possibility is you'll have like this big book launch. You'll look all suited up, civilized, and you'll be like, "Yes, I am this amazing talent." And these are all possibilities,
Totally.
right? So the big thing is, right, that journey. Be deliberate in your choices. Be okay with the consequences. Care about what you love, and you will be your best version of you in that moment in time. And who knows where that will lead you?
Yeah. I love it.
You're like,
I'm soaking it up. I love it.
You're like, this is like the best therapy session ever.
No, 100%. 100%.
Yeah, it's that, again, it's not artists. I feel like I'm picking on Calgary a lot.
That's
Sorry.
okay.
Yeah. You're like,
I love Calgary, but there's always something to pick on everywhere.
Yeah, but again, a lot of people get stunted on the growth of what they could be as artists. What I would just simply tell you is, okay, I'm going on this crazy journey, right? Maybe because of contracts, I come back here from time to time, but I'm going to be here, there, everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because I want to. I have a vision of where I'd like to go, where I want this to become.
Yeah.
While I'm doing that, I'll be releasing books somehow, some way over the rainbow, because Shrug, right? And I'll be helping people with either their projects or whatever the case may be. So that's the vision I have right now. Now in 3 years, I could be one of those towering best-selling authors. Who knows? In 3 years, I could be that big-ass mouth you hear on the podcast. Like, I knew this guy when.
Yeah.
Right?
We sat in front of my cafe a couple of years ago. Look at him now.
It's like, look at him now, right? He looked all professional and stuff, right? But the thing is, there is no such thing as an impossibility wherever you choose to go. The big thing with you and anybody here, you just got to believe it's possible. And that doesn't mean it's going to happen. But it
can happen.
But it can happen. You're giving yourself, again, being open to the possibility of where you want to be, right? Now in a couple years from now, maybe I'll see you. You'll have like a backwards ass cab. You wear these shades. That's not your thing. I can tell.
Full grills.
Yeah. Go. That'd be fantastic. That would be both fantastic and frightening episodes. Like, what'd you do?
I'm getting a couple put in there, just a couple small ones, because I like to have my bling where I can't lose it, and I No, I need some new teeth soon, so I'm gonna get a couple little caps. I never a full mouth, but
Yeah.
play the part a little bit.
That's okay. Just don't put
Never a full one.
Yeah, no. So I'll see this like you just full grill, and you'll be like, "What's up?" And you just like.
I mean, you can't hear what I'm saying now because my mouth is so jarbled, but hello.
Yeah.
I did it.
Yeah.
I can afford this.
I can afford because it'll be like solid gold or diamond, right? It'll actually blind people when you see it. Right? I sincerely hope not, but that's also yeah. But the important thing is, you got a vision of whatever you see on the inside. It can happen, and you just got to be open to that possibility and be smart enough to ask yourself, okay, I want to become this mega badass rapper with this cool audience, right? What do I have to do this? And like, again, do you want to be like, man, her name just completely just slipped my brain. Fuck. I'm sorry. I lost the train of thought there. It's just there's a really well-known Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
Right. Nicki Minaj. It's really slipped my brain.
I wouldn't want to be her, but I wouldn't not want to be her. Like, it's a totally different style, but she's killing it.
No, exactly.
She's killing it.
No, she's killing it, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna lay a confession here on the table. I have somehow over the last year become a Taylor Swift fan.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
There's one song out by her right now is total, just this one hit that I'm like, yes.
Anti-Hero or Lavender Haze?
Seven in that white dress, staring at the sunset.
Yeah.
What is it?
I
love it. I'm a sucker for it.
But so my favorite rapper growing up was Eminem.
Yeah.
Partly because my family's from Detroit, but also partly because
he's fucking gangster.
No, he's gangster, but he's authentic.
Yes, he is.
He's authentic.
Yes, he is.
Right.
Brilliant. It's different. He's paved a different path than anybody has.
But so is Nicki Minaj is, right?
Totally.
The same thing. Taylor Swift is. Whether people like or hate these people, that's fine. But the real secret is, okay, you have to be willing to stand for whatever it is you stand for. And you realize that what's going to happen. It's a weird thing how this works out, okay? It's actually it's like your shop. It's a vegan thing, right?
Yeah.
There's going to be some people that are going to be like, I hate this vegan stuff, right?
So you don't got milk?
Yeah, exactly, right.
They're pissed off all the time.
Yeah, so, right, there's that. Then there's other people, it's like, oh my god, I love it. But what happens is you've created a unique audience. You've niched out. Rapping's the same way.
Yeah. You're always going to have your haters.
Actually, what you do is you abuse your haters a little bit. You use them. No. You use them to help you get bigger. No. So because okay, no, I'm not talking about political thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Donald Trump, his real superpower is he gets people that hate him to talk about him all the time.
Yeah.
That's his superpower.
Yeah.
And the thing is, what these people don't realize is you're feeding the troll. Right? You're feeding the troll. Don't feed the troll. But the thing is, people can't help themselves, right? So what you want to do is if you develop that personality, you got to figure, okay, what's the story you care about telling? And are you afraid and you give no fucks about who you piss off telling that story, right?
Yeah.
You get to that point, you will find your crowd. Now, again, I don't know how big that crowd's going to be. Now, again, there's no success. The thing about success is there's no magical, line. But find that authentic self. You find what you care about. You project it to the world, and you don't be afraid to go out there, wherever the case may be. And you don't let your roadblocks or your whether head, heart, doubt, whatever the hell it is you got, you don't let that stop you. You will find your audience. You'll find the people that hate you. Like I said, people that love you, appreciate them. People that hate you, use them.
Yeah.
I am that asshole, folks. I'm not.
That's fine.
Yeah.
If you're hating, you're probably gonna get used, and you might not even know it.
Yeah, no.
Thank you.
It's true, right? So, whatever that is, whatever that looks like for you, we wish you the absolute best.
Thank you. It's mutual.
Yeah, and you're
right back at you. I'm so excited for your journeys. I'm so excited that you gave me the honor of speaking with you today. Very exciting. I've thoroughly enjoyed myself.
So before we go, just I'm just here.
Just a dude.
No, I'm just no. So, no,
I'm just a dude too.
Yeah, but the thing is, right? The thing is it's not like I'm always, again, people never have to come on my show ever.
Yeah.
So I think the reason I get as many people as I do is because I can have these kind of conversations all the time.
Yeah. It's easy. You make it easy.
Yeah.
You make it fun.
So before we wrap up,
Okay.
can you look at that camera? Can you tell people how they can find you?
Yes.
And also I want you to make a promise.
Yeah.
Because I do get the feeling I'm going to see you more often.
Hopefully.
Yeah, right. I do get that feeling. Even when I go on the road, I get the feeling I might see you somewhere down the road.
I go on the road too, so I hope maybe we'll meet up down the road.
Yeah. So
On the road.
Yeah, but if that does happen, well, two things. If we do meet on the road, you got to come back wherever we're at. We got to do this again.
Yes.
First off.
100%.
First off. The second thing is, and this is maybe the last piece of advice I would give you. Have something physical besides whether it's a CD, whether it's a booklet, whether
Do they still make CDs?
Oh yeah, they still do. I'm old. Shut up. But I mean, we're laughing at it now, but like in a couple years, who knows, right? But I say it like that. Because I mean, here's the thing: we're Eminate Rays, artist, dancer, businesswoman. Awesome, right? But here's the thing, people. So think about the Disneyland cut. You go to Disneyland, you pay this obnoxious price for this cut.
Yeah.
Why did you buy the cut?
Man, hell if I know. I just stood in line for like 4 hours. I don't know, maybe I needed the cup to drink while I'm basking in the California sun, standing in line for this roller coaster.
That might be part of it, but I think what more is though. People go, I had a great time. I listened to
Memorabilia.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what an album is.
Yeah.
It's again, people come to see you, but when they look at the thing, they remember you. They want to come back.
Yeah. 100%. One of my manifestations, real quick, is when I picture, like, I've sent out my manuscript a couple times to publishers and competitions. I picture, like, the feeling of it in my hands and turning the pages, just holding the cover, and it's like, it might not be a CD that you can get from me, but it might be a book. Like,
No.
Either or, it could be a book.
Yeah. How about this? Before we wrap up, if you got about 20 minutes, we'll talk about some things that maybe you can think about. If it's up to you.
On here?
Oh, not on here. Off the air.
Yeah.
If you got, I don't want.
I got about solid 10 at least.
Yeah,
I gotta
okay.
be out of here like around 8, but.
Okay, so wrap this up. Let people know how to find you.
Well, for one, if you want to find me in person, you can come down to Pachamama Soul in County Meadows Drive. Also, Instagram, Eminate, EMINATE .rays, RAYS. I'll pop up right away. I got a fun Instagram, it's public. Come search me, I do some colorful freaky shit. Facebook, I don't really use it much, but Emily Pister, EMILYPISTER. And that is about it. I stay off the interwebs, social media aside from that, but Instagram's a big one. That's where you'll find the music, the dancing, and everything.
And that will do it, ladies and gentlemen. Have yourself a wonderful night. We are waiting. Yes, I am keeping this on the air because why the hell not?
Yeah. Bloopers.
Yeah, well, absolutely. You want to say hi to the camera?
Hello.
Yes.